Hello, beautiful. You are listening to Stepping into the Light with Julia Treat. That's me, your host from juliatreat.com. Thank you so much for listening. And thank you, a huge thanks for all of you that are sharing my podcast. I've heard from many of you over the past several months, and you let me know that you're sharing the podcast with others and building the audience. So thank you. I appreciate that. I am eternally grateful. So, first things first, I am going to talk about raising empowered kids. And this is well, not even it's a little bit of a spinoff from my podcast a couple of days ago that was, I believe the title was something along the lines of For Those Who Have Been Sexually Wounded, This One's For You. I had many, many follow ups from that, emails and questions. And when I get questions from a lot of people, again, I can't get back to everyone. I wish I could, but I can't, only because I'm really taking care of me. And I do take those in though and determine how I can address those in a podcast, because your question, I can guarantee you, is a question that many others have. They just haven't asked it so anyway, this is a follow-up from that. But real quick, I have to say this because many people have reached out and asked about where's the link for your healing course coming up, my Reiki 1 and 2 attunement and my healing with the angels and masters. It is not yet available on my website. It just has to be tweaked. My virtual assistant's going to work on that. It does start May 1st, so it is coming up very quickly. But if you need the link, I will put it in the podcast link, in the description of this podcast. I'll post it again. But if you need the link or something happens, you can email me, julia@juliatreat.com, and tell me, hey, I want in your course, I need the link, and I will send it to you. I had several people do that. So if you need the link, just email me and I'll give it to you. So, but spots are filling up. So if it's on your radar, get in before it gets filled up. Again, I have to have limited spots in my courses, the courses where we are interacting one-on-one on these live calls, because and this one also because I'm attuning everyone individually, privately, and a face-to-face call. So I have to make sure that I, again, take care of me and I don't overextend myself, and that I have time to connect with everyone individually. All right, so let's talk about raising empowered kids and what that means. I am not a parent, so I do not claim to be a parent of any kind or to know everything, but I am going to share what I have received over the years working with parents and sensitive kids, and also just through my own healing work of myself and others, and also what is channeled through me from God, angels, universe, whoever. So I received a lot of messages about people who had been sexually wounded, whether it was molested or raped or whatever the case may be. And many of you had questions as to, I feel like I have forgiven them, the people that did this to me, or when I do forgive them, how do I then stop hovering over my child, my daughter or my son, who I fear I just don't want that to happen to. Now, I totally understand that. I get that. But I'm going to pose a few things here. I'm going to give us some suggestions. I want you to just think about this. Number one, I don't know about you, but my childhood, I did not have I had a really great childhood. I was, raised in the church. We were always with people from the church. It was family camp and kids camp and singing and playing and just a happy life. It really was. I had some other things happen, but I had a really good childhood. And I truly believe it wouldn't have mattered what my parents did if they did anything differently, that my course was set. So what happened to me was going to happen to me. Whether or not they put me in a box and padlocked it shut for years, or let me find my way as a human being, as a child learning their way in the world. I myself, again, I only can talk about or teach what I believe or what I experience as my truth. And I always say this to you: you can take what resonates with you and leave what doesn't. It doesn't matter to me. I'm not here to convince anyone of anything. But I do believe that our destiny, our destiny is set, this purpose that we're here for, and that our path to that destiny often can include some what we might view as difficult patches, but those quote unquote difficult patches that I went through are what made me who I am today. Truly. I cannot say that enough, because I would not have known that I could overcome the things that I've overcome if I had not overcome them. I would not have realized that I could forgive someone and pray for them and send angels to someone who hurt me so terribly, and do it from a space of love and complete and honest truth that I want this soul to heal. I would not have learned how to forgive myself and send complete love to myself for the things that I felt were bad, sins, transgressions. I don't even know, whatever the word is you want to use. I would not have learned how to forgive myself if I wouldn't have gone through things that would put that out there that I needed to forgive myself. My parents raised us. I have 3 brothers and I'm the only girl. But they raised us really believing that we could do anything that we wanted to. We were raised as empowered kids. Granted, there was always that little, message in the back, like, but you don't go against God and don't sin, and these are the sins. And I remember when Footloose came out. I don't know if some of you have heard of that movie, but Footloose, when it came out, I was actually forbidden to watch it. And this was after I was already pretty much a kind of wild teen. But it was a girl who goes against her minister father, like she rebels against his teachings. And so my parents forbid me to see it, which of course I saw it at a friend's house. That's just how it works. But the reason I even bring that up is your children are on their own path just as you are. And you have a choice. You have a few choices here. So you can raise your child to be fearful of the world and that there's all these people out there to get them. And whether you say it or not, they're feeling it vibrationally if you have not taken care of that within yourself. I don't care how many smiles you put on your face, your children feel everything. So you can choose to raise them to be fearful of everything, and the world's going to hell, and look at this. Like, I hear things out, even amongst people that I'm around, like, I'm not going to name names, but people that I am close to. Sometimes I'll hear things like, it's always something, like they'll get some bad news about taxes or about something else, and it's like, it's always something. And I just want to go, don't fucking say that. Like, do you understand what you just did? You just said that, and it's always going to be something. So, teaching your child or really bringing them up to feel empowered and that they can make a difference and that they're here to make a difference, and that, teaching them the ways to tap into and get into the vibration of love and joy and expecting amazing, even in this world when you get on the television and watch all the news, because I am telling you, there's a lot of amazing things happening. It's just not on the news. So stop watching that garbage. Stop watching the garbage. I don't care if your child's down the hall in their room playing. They are going to hear and sense and feel everything coming through in that newscast. Don't do that. Let's not burden them with this junk. And I'm not saying bury your head in the sand. Someone told me that once. They go, what are you talking about? You just bury your head in the sand and act like it's not happening? I was like, oh, hell no. I feel everything. And I'm doing my part. And I'm doing my part by praying and by calling in the team. And I'm doing my part by teaching and mentoring others about raising the vibration into love. But there's others that signed up to be on the front line in that war or front line um, in that demonstration. Okay, they came here to do that. Today's not my day to do that. I didn't sign up to do that today. So the way you can raise your children to be empowered is to help them believe that anything is possible and that they can change anything and that it's the power within them. The I am. I'm sure by now most of you have heard those affirmations. I am. Oh my God, I would say you start every day with your child and you just recite 10 to 20 things. I am, whether it's I am strong, I am courageous, I am beautiful, I am amazing. Get my drift? I am confident, I am smart, I am loved, I am lovable, I'm invincible. Oh my God, I think if I had children, we'd be doing that one all day long. I'm invincible, I'm invincible, I'm invincible. So you start your child out with each day with these empowerment statements. You ask the angels to help you let go of that worry and that fear. Because here's the thing, you can call the angels in to be with your child. Archangel Michael, go watch over my child, protect them during their day. But if you're worried about them all damn day, that is not faith, my friend. Faith is saying, God, angels, I trust you, and I'm putting my child in your hands because I can't be there every moment of every day. When you raise an empowered child, that's the child that learns, oh, you know what? I have this massive spiritual team that I can tap into, that I can call on, that are at my beck and call, and it can help me, that can remove these obstacles, that can protect me. Because guess what, Mom, Dad? You're not going to always be there. And so if you're hovering and you're protecting, you have this energetic cage around your child, I'm talking energy-wise, and they feel it, how are they ever going to make it without you? My spiritual boot camp is 4 weeks. You get a daily email from me. It takes you about 5 minutes each day to complete each task or listen to a meditation or do the exercise or write down your list, whatever it is. It's a really easy thing to do. But so many parents tell me that they did the boot camp and it not only shifted them the way they show up in the world, but with their children. And then so many of them said, I started it again, but I brought my children into it and we did it together as a family. Because I introduced them to their angels and their guides, who to call in, how to get the God winks. And everyone that takes my boot camp starts getting God winks the first day. Like the miracles just start pouring in because it helps you shift into that vibration of expecting amazing. Now, does that mean that things never happen that you don't want? Nope, it doesn't mean that. What it means, though, is that you're going to have an easy way to get through it, to turn it around, to manifest something different very quickly. You're going to move into a space where it does not affect you physically, that vibrational physical feeling. So do whatever it takes. If you really want to raise empowered children, get empowered yourself, heal your stuff, start teaching your children what you learn to be empowered by. I always say that we're not here to save one another or save another soul. That actually includes our children. You know how many parents I have met with that have lost their child for whatever reason, a traumatic event, an overdose, an accidental drowning, violence, gun violence, and there's nothing they could have done to prevent it. And I'm not telling you that to go, oh my God, well, see, that's what I was just trying to get over, and now she's got me all freaked out again. I'm saying it because you and your child are on your own journeys here. You cannot do anything to change the, how do I say? I want to say the trajectory. Like your child came here. You don't know what conversation your child and God had before they came here, where God said, okay, now this is going to happen. Some things are going to happen, and you're going to think that I have left you, but I haven't. And it's going to be up to you to remember that I'm right there and I have been all along, and I love you and I don't want you to ever forget it. But I hate to say it that you're going to. And when you're ready to find your way back to me, I'm going to be right there waiting with open arms. That's what your child's here to do. So many of us are here to experience the miracles so that we can teach others about them. How can we teach people about miracles if we don't even know what the hell it takes, or what they're like, what happens? I've had my own miracles. I have helped to facilitate many miracles in others or for others. So why don't you decide today? Maybe you make a list. What am I doing to create fear in my child? What am I doing to empower my child? And let's start moving to the empowerment list being much longer. And what is it that I expose them to each day? Not just you, like your vibration of worry or whatever, fear, but what is it I expose them to each day? Are they exposed to the news, which is there's nothing good going on the news? And here's the thing, someone told me a long time ago, if something is bad enough, you will learn about it. Someone's going to tell you. If something's bad enough, you need to know, someone's going to tell you. And it's the truth. I rarely watch the news, and I don't have to. I can go to yoga the next day and somebody's talking about it. I hear all the time what's happening. It's time to raise empowered children. And even those of us that don't feel empowered yet, we can start to shift. And because as you shift into how do I want to empower my child, it's only going to affect you in a beautiful and amazing way. Get empowered together. Get to know your spiritual team, whether it's through a book, a different course from someone else, or my spiritual boot camp. Get in that. Do something. Get to know your team, who you need to call in, who's waiting to help you, because it will change your life. I promise you. I am sending massive love to you. Thanks again for listening, and I can't wait to meet with you again. See you tomorrow. God bless.